Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Stitch and Stash. We're a northern BC podcast coming from Prince George, British Columbia, also known as the ancestral unceded territory of the Lheidli T'enneh, in which we're honored to live, work, play, and knit upon. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Lisa.
And episode 11. We just wanted to start this one off with a big thank you to the Knitty Stew for mentioning us.
Yeah, it's been great. It's nice to be recognized by other knitting community.
Well, I was actually just listening while I was busy working away in the kitchen, and I heard us, and I was like, what? And I go back, and I just about fell over. And I messaged Lisa, I'm like, have you watched the Knitty Stew? So the response was, she was busy doing something. I'm like, no, seriously, this is important, and you need to put that aside, and you need to, seriously look at what I'm talking about.
It was awesome. It's awesome. I'm always watching Knitty Stew. I love the tours and the nice cinematography that she does with their locations around the country. So I recommend it if you don't already follow her, that you check her out.
Oh, and she's just so real.
Yeah, she's down to earth, 100%.
Yeah. She also mentioned another fellow podcast from here in Prince George, the owner of Top Drawer Studio. Darlene and her friend Jaylene also have a podcast that came along just a little bit after us. Yeah. They're the Cut Bank Girls. And when you watch them, they're often wearing the same sweaters. I think they have the same
Which is
taste.
Pretty amazing that they can whip out so many sweaters, matching so frequently.
See, but I feel like if my job was at a yarn shop, I would have more time to
Sorry,
knit.
customers, you're going to have to wait.
I can't take your order right now. I'm busy.
So would it work to go, if a customer comes up and you need to buy yarn, if you go 29, 30... 31, and would the customer wait?
Yeah, because they'd probably be a knitter, so they'd understand.
Yeah.
So on Mother's Day, the weekend of Mother's Day, I was going through some personal stuff, and I decided that my knitting was crap, and I needed to throw the rules in the trash. And after that, I saw one of the Knitty Stew's comment where she had come up with a new clause that's called "Get Your Mojo Back." Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to the yarn shop, and I'm buying stuff. And so I actually went in, and poor Jaylene said, how are you today? And
did you?
I full on ugly cried
really?
in the middle of the yarn shop.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I said, why am I being like this? And she says, because you're around like-minded people. And it was really good. I didn't get too into it all, but it's hard when you have kids and they move out and up and and you're an emotional wreck because apparently there's this thing called menopause, which makes you feel insane. I don't know. I was just thankful that they were open that day, and I went in and I got some yarn, and I've had happy knitting ever since.
That's awesome.
Right?
Sarah has her mojo back.
I have a bit of it back, but
well, we'll get there. But she has plans for 2 projects to happen at the same time.
Who am I?
I thought that I misheard her when she disappeared after saying that.
Well, because now I'm realizing that, sometimes I don't want to go round and round. And if you can just go round and round mindlessly without counting, that's one thing. But mindless, I don't know. I just feeling like I might need to change it up from time to time.
So, we hope you can hear us over the planes. That one wasn't a water bomber, so sorry if it's noisy and you can't hear us.
I don't. If they could hear us over the neighbor's dogs that last time, I'm sure they didn't really hear that.
Okay, good.
I didn't hear that. There's lots of forest fires around our area, so...
So, listen to the rain.
Yeah.
There's rain enough to stay on the ground.
And no thunder and lightning, so that's good.
And I really hope Alberta's getting some of this. Yeah. They can go that way.
Yeah, share.
And it's not 30 degrees.
It was so hot. We were hotter than Hawaii.
Yes, on a regular, for a week.
Consistent.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But the ice had just come off the lake, so you couldn't go swimming.
No.
And none of the campgrounds are open yet, so you can't go camping. It was...
Well, you could go swimming. It's just cold. Ice cold.
Dangerously cold. So,
hypothermia
yeah.
sets in.
Good thing it's 30 degrees out.
I don't know.
But so it has been, it felt like winter lasted forever, and then boom, it's summertime and hot, and for like a month, right?
Well, normally we wait up here. I think, are we zone 3 or something for planting?
I don't know.
3B or something like that. So quite northern, you need hardy plants because you usually don't plant till after the May long weekend because there's always frost and everything you get will be frizzled. And you get sucked into it every year where you think, oh, it's like super nice.
It's gonna be fine.
And I put my stuff out and then
All
for
your
sure
tomatoes.
something gets some frost. But this year, none of that. My begonia's been home for
This is not real wood. Knock on wood.
like,
Yeah, there. Yeah, fingers crossed it's just gonna stay warm.
it's just it's nice when we have those nice summers where, you know, I mean, you like to have a couple rainy days sprinkled in. You don't want such extremes, you know?
Well, the fires are a major presence here. And at the same time, towns are underwater again.
Yeah.
But
Well, the waters have risen so high, right? So, but enough about disaster planning. And
well, but is your garden planted? Are you finished?
I'm embracing a minimalistic lifestyle. Shush. Except for yarn. Everything else can go. We need one frying pan. No, I'm really trying to cut back. I don't want to have a lot of things. I always get high. It's like in the yarn shop. I get high on the yarn fumes. I get high on the plants.
Plants are dangerous.
You know, I get there and I buy 62 tomato plants, and I'm like, okay, I have room for like 3.
And then it freezes.
Well, then at least it's thinned out a bit. But normally, I go way overboard. We sold our greenhouse that we had. We bought it during COVID, and because we
Big plants.
and we did well the first 2 years we used it. But then COVID, all the restrictions came off, DJ stuff started happening again. And I am not, in the words of the minimal mom, in the season of my life where I want to do that. So a greenhouse is meant to be growing things, and therefore somebody else needs to grow things in it.
Good job.
So, so I got rid of that, and I just have some stuff on my deck that I'm looking at.
The planters look lovely. You can't see them, but they do look lovely.
Next time we'll face the planters.
Yeah.
You can thank Costco for all the greenery
Very
in
nice.
the future. Yeah. They're just like planter things that I picked up. And that's what it's going to be. It's all about being easy this year. I want to enjoy coming out here and not think, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And
being out in the country is a little bit different because I live out of town just about 10 minutes. In the city, there's no mosquitoes.
Oh, there is. We went to the field the other night to walk the dogs, and they just mowed it, and my feet were trash when I came home.
Well, this is completely pleasant, just sitting here and no mosquitoes.
But it could be the rain.
We can't see through our screens.
Oh.
So to cool off the house, we keep the windows open at night when it cools off, and the screens are just covered in mosquitoes. So
Sounds terrible.
It's nice for resident spiders who set up in the windows. We
Also
name them.
sounds
It's not because they stay there and they're pest management.
I don't like them.
They're not big spiders. So one of our viewers mentioned they're from New Zealand, and
They have big spiders, I'm sure.
maybe not New Zealand. New Zealand's
Australia
pretty friendly.
has-
Australia's nasty.
I think, isn't it Australia that everything tries to kill you?
Everything. I have friends that are from South Africa, and the spiders that are the size of their hands in the trees. Ugh. Anyways, our biggest spiders are like the size of my thumb, like this, and they've got big bums. They look like popcorn. They're orb weavers, and they set up nice webs, and they don't leave it. They leave no bugs, and
Yeah, Mike always gets one up in the corner there, and he...
name them.
Yeah.
Don't let them
It's
fall.
fine as long as it stays over there.
They do. They fall and they explode. Don't let them fall.
I'm not going to be out here watching that it doesn't fall. That's somebody else's problem.
You don't have enough bugs.
I don't have enough time in the day to watch that bug.
It's all good.
That's not my problem.
It's good.
So,
Oh, you're wearing a very nice love note.
yeah, you know, it's rainy today and we had some running around to do, and I'm like, I'm going to throw on my love note.
Yep, it's
Which
lovely.
has been washed several times successfully.
And it fits still.
Yeah, and the yarn is Frankie Gray Fibres. So when I bought this, she was still to the max yarn. But I bought this and I love it. Like this mohair is like, it's not sheddy.
It's such a nice fabric.
And it's like, it came and it was like the color, and it's amazing. I highly recommend her yarn.
Awesome.
I have a cartload I'd like to hit check out on, but
Yeah.
I am still trying to, I don't know. I gotta just make some decisions on what I've got.
And she's very considerate about involving me, saying, hey, I'm going to order something from this place. Do you want in? I'm like, yeah, yes.
Well, the thing is then I can be like, I had to do a yarn order because Lisa needed.
I ran out of my yarn for mine, so I need more.
Right?
Yes.
And it's like when I went into the yarn shop that day, I'm like, I had to go to the yarn shop because I was having a breakdown. And Mike was more than happy. He's like, fully supports my...
Well, that's good. And you know what? During COVID, the yarn shops were open because it had to do with mental health. This is real.
I know. Well, was our doctor open during COVID?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Right?
I know I did like curbside. I don't think you could go in though.
Oh,
I don't know. I've blocked all that from my memory. Let's not talk about that.
that's not
That was so
COVID.
2 years ago.
that's true.
Anyway, do you have anything that you finished?
You know what? I said I didn't because it's not recent, but I have on my lap because I'm feeling wimpy. This is my sea glass sweater, and I remember looking at, like, it was so much fun to knit because you get to pick the colors that you want in the next row. You're like, I want these two this time.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at it thinking, yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. But I don't know if I could see it the same anymore. But I have this, and I don't remember what it's called. But it was inspired. It's kind of like Outlander's Claire has one kind of like this, and she wears it around the back, and then she tucks it around and ties it underneath and into the back like this. And that's
So
what
you
I
can
was
wear it
going
instead
for.
of a bra. Just that.
You're welcome. No, it's not. It's not wool.
Head to Walmart.
I think it's thick and quick, and it's super cozy.
Thick and quick.
TMI.
I think that's my nickname, Thick and Quick. Oh my god, this is going off the rails.
It's good.
So,
But that's it. Do you have more?
well, to cleanse my palette from all the things that were going wrong in knitting world, I ended up, I have beside me Haynes Creek.
Thick and quick.
No, I had Haynes Creek, the hemp yarn, that hemp sock yarn we got from Vanderhoof
Right.
when we met Jamie from Cosia.
Yes.
And so it's called the Regina shawl. It's a free pattern. And what I liked is that it gave me this little row counter, which has since been gotten wet and things have no longer looked the same as they did at one time.
That would be so nice.
It was really like mindless because you do some garter, then you do this mesh row, then you do more garter.
So then you wouldn't end up with, say, bigger sections than it should be.
Well, I guess so.
Even rows?
You could if you didn't write those down. But yeah, it turned out okay. It's a little bit on the smaller side right now. I think I just got to block it, and it's perfectly imperfect because you can see in the center there, see how it's a little bit off right there?
A little bit, not bad.
But you know what? It was just like,
Nobody's
I just
gonna
needed
notice.
something to do. So it was success.
It's lovely.
It will work. It will not work instead of a bra,
No.
but it will do something.
Yeah.
I have a little jean jacket. It'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
super cute.
And you could do any season with that.
Yeah, and I think once I block it properly, because I actually just wet it and then threw it out on the deck, but it went back up. So I think like once it's like blocked, and how do you do your set of blocking mats only comes with like what, 8
What?
mats, right?
I don't have.
I think there's only 8 mats, and I'm like, this is way bigger than 8 mats because it's like longer. So I'm
Yeah.
like, how do I pin this out on that?
I don't know.
But I actually
what do you guys do? Tell us what you do with irregular shaped blocking so you don't take up your entire kitchen counter.
Well, I don't even know if it would Like, then what? Just between towels? Pinned on towels?
That's what I do. But I don't do big things like that need blocking.
Well, it's not really... And it's not even that big. Like, I mean, if you were to do a Stephen West, that's way bigger.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
right?
So please tell us how you block.
Some blocking ideas. Because I want to just kind of open that up more, make it a little bit longer. Or maybe that's like the extent of it. No, it feels like it could be bigger.
And it's hemp, right?
It is hemp.
How does that behave with the blocking? Does it have a memory?
But there's nylon in there too, hemp and nylon.
And wool?
I don't think so. I don't remember, and I threw away the ball band because I was never knitting again. So it didn't matter.
Well, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
I've gotten over it.
We're good. Yeah.
So anyway, so I finished that.
Good.
And you don't have anything else?
I only have whips.
And then I did this little baby sweater, which I think we showed the yarn last time. I have not blocked it. I have not put buttons on it.
It's adorable.
But it's like just a cute little sweater, and it's just using this Knit Picks Stroll that I had.
Right. Yeah.
So now the rest of this I'll keep for some heels or toes or cuffs or something.
That must be the second ball.
Yeah. I had 2 balls of it.
Nice.
So, or I might just do it like a baby hat.
Yeah. So
or something.
Is there a baby in mind?
There's a lady, and one of the nurses at work is pregnant.
Oh, nice.
And so I thought, well, I already make it a baby blanket for her. And then I thought, well, I'll do a little sweater too.
So cute.
And I mean, this kind of gave me my mojo back. I like the way the raglans lay on them. It's just a Sirdar pattern that's I've used 1,000 times. I don't even know what it is. It's probably like you can find the same on Ravelry, basic baby sweater raglan.
Nice.
But that's all that I really completed.
That's impressive.
Well, I probably had that already on the go, but we haven't podcasted in a long time.
It's been about a month.
Yeah, something like that. Just got hot, and I was quitting knitting, and I didn't want anything to do with anything anymore.
And gardens needed to go in, and
and my son's grading. I've never spent so much money in my life on things. Save. That's all I can say. Save.
I told my daughter that she gets one nice dress. She can either have a wedding dress from me or a prom dress.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure she wants either. So I don't know.
I think my son's suit, like, it's cheaper to rent a suit, but then it comes with shoes, and he is not a community shoe kind of guy. So then we would still have to buy shoes. So then we bought the suit, and it's like, well, now you have a suit at least, but then he didn't like the shirts that the suit came with. So then he had to get a different shirt, and one thing to another. At the end, I was like, you have to pay for some of this.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's like one day.
Which doesn't add to your argument, or it doesn't support that you should spend all the money on one day.
I know. But then, you know what, he's going to be job hunting, and, you know, you have thousands of justifications.
I can't wear my prom and grad dress again for job hunting. It's different kinds of jobs.
After we were married, Mike came home one day, and I had my wedding dress on and my, like, little headpiece, and I was scrubbing the toilets, and he's like, what are you doing? Like, I thought I'd dust this thing off. There's no way I could fit it now, but it was like pretty funny.
Actually, you know what? I think I could wear mine. I might have been 6 months pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
So I could probably fit it still.
Yeah.
But like just.
Oh, man. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So that's all that I finished. What are you working on?
I'm still working on there's a cotton cowl going on with Cozy Up knits. And I'm doing a blanket with that. But I've shown that, and I've shown my brioche twisted sister cowl, right?
Right. Are you liking the Tweety yarn more? No. The Neps. Is that what it is?
Or Nux? No, what did they? No.
Oh yeah, because was struggling with those.
I'm almost
I think
finished.
the Nux is like the Canucks. Nuts.
Oh, okay,
Knuckers,
maybe.
aren't they called?
Yeah.
The Canucks.
So there's even bits of tweed that's come off on my bag. Maybe it's the ones I've picked off. I don't know.
That yellow is just like
You do not
extreme
miss when you miss a stitch when you're picking those up. So I'm almost finished the brioche part, and I can brioche. I don't know how it would work with doing the same color, like the sweater that Sarah and Jamie just made on Cozy
Is that
Up.
the Mima?
Mema?
Mima?
But it's the same color. For both sides. So I don't know how that works for keeping it straight. You just have to be really clear about seeing your warps? Is it a warp? Where you have the yarn over the stitch that you slip?
I've never brioche.
Anyways, I'm almost
I like
finished.
brioche buns.
Yeah, me too. I do those.
They're good.
Yeah.
I like those. So I've never actually done it in a stitch pattern.
So I'm almost finished. I think I have another 1/2 inch, and then I go to the next pattern. And I better hurry because I might have overdone this section.
Uh-oh, we might have to order some more yarn.
That yarn habit.
Yeah.
It's lovely yarn to work with. It is so soft and cushy. It really is.
Yeah.
It just comes.
Oh, it has a nice squishy.
Yeah, it's so comfy. I'm not upset about the yarn.
But you've picked off like half the net.
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I promise.
I don't see many little tweety bits.
Yeah, but how can you not pick it off when it has that? Oh, I don't know. Okay, it's okay. It's going to be lovely. I'm going to finish it. I'm not inspired because it was 30 degrees Celsius, which is how much.
This yarn's going to be bold. All its little...
Sure, it's tweed. It is, really.
I promise it's tweed. I just picked all the bowls off.
Yeah.
I love you.
We have a local yarn dyer in town called Scarves for Hope.
Right. Her yarn goes towards Wells, isn't it?
Yeah, it's handcrafted scarves and yarn. She knits up her yarn so you can see what the colors look like in a knitting or crochet item. I think it's for Hope International Development Agency to support clean water projects in southern Ethiopia, and it's super affordable.
Yeah. She's at the local farmers market
Every second week or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about, and I think it's every second week I work the weekend.
It's the same one.
And
You're right, it is.
So, well, I don't know, because now I go back into my regular. I worked an extra set of weekends for a favor for a friend. So, was she there this weekend?
This last one she was.
This one she was.
But you can now find her stuff at Top Drawer.
Yeah.
Some of it. I don't think she has the full spread of all her products. The reason I went to her at the market is because I wasn't confident that Darlene would have all of the colors that I wanted to make my project. Because this tank top I'm making...
But I think Darlene just got it in too, not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago. See, I take very good care of my patterns. It's Sumiko by Svetlana Volkova. And it is a paid for pattern. But you can look it up. It's got some nice lace work at the bottom. And some little eyelets going up the side of the sleeve and for the V-neck for this tank top.
Yeah.
The sizing's a little funny because I had to adjust I swatched. And I got not enough stitches.
I have a Barbie tank top.
No, the opposite. So I had fewer stitches than the gauge swatch. So then I compensated by choosing the size for the proper number of stitches. And look at this. Okay, so this yarn is named
Ooh, I might have a new
Oxidation.
tank top.
It's not that bad. It's called
Well, I'm
Oxidation.
not that big. I'm just bigger than you.
Thinking quick.
I'm thinking
No, it's gonna fit me. Like, I was worried at the beginning that it wasn't going to fit, but it's totally going to fit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah. It's
okay.
You right off.
Oh, it feels nice.
This yarn, okay, I highly recommend this yarn if you want an obedient knit where it doesn't come apart. It doesn't separate when you try to stick your needle in. It doesn't slip off your needles. It forms the stitch. It says, okay, next.
Yeah.
So when your kids are fighting with you and your husband is making the wrong thing for supper, That was, he does very good. I was just using it as an example.
Because I think sometimes he watches. Or at least fast forwards to the
This
end.
is the hint. Hey, Trevor. No.
She doesn't always want roast chicken.
He makes the best roast chicken out of
He's made the best roast chicken since like
people I know.
22 years ago. He made really good roast chicken.
It's true. So I'm just saying as an example, if you had a husband that was making the wrong thing for supper or nothing.
Yeah.
And you just need to sit down and watch your program and knit, it just does what it's told and you can just do it. Like it's movie theater knitting. It's just it's lovely. Yeah. And it's the color is not pooling.
What's her colorway called, this one?
Oxidation.
Oh.
With a DK.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, it's not pooling crazy.
No.
It's
doing nice.
Yeah.
So, doing well.
So I've been very dedicated to get this done. I bought the yarn 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to start right away because work has been a little bit crazier than normal. So it's good.
Well, that's good.
It's lovely.
Well, that's good.
And I'm going to get it done before summer.
Oh, to wear during summer.
Yeah.
So the mosquitoes can have you for lunch.
All the smorgasbord is available.
Even through the little tiny eyelets at the bottom.
Yes. But you know what? I bet you I couldn't get through the garment itself.
No, it's pretty thick.
It's pretty thick. It's pretty
not thick in the fact that you're going to be like sweaty hot.
No, because it's wool. But it's
not. You hear the neighbor kids?
I love it.
They're like kung fu fighting on the trampoline.
I wish my kids don't play.
Well, they're still young. Your kids are teenagers. They don't play.
Those good old days.
Right? I used to have like 7 neighborhood kids back here all the time. All the time. Anyway, sorry. Just if you hear screaming, it's not...
it's not ours.
No, it's the neighbors behind my garage.
Kids would come in. We live a kilometer from the school, the elementary school. So the kids would come home with mine, the odd extra, and walk in the bakery. And they'd be looking at the counters and the cooling racks, and they'd be like, "What you making today?
Hi, friends.
Have any extras?"
That's what I do when I go to your bakery. I'm like, "Hi, friend.
Hey, what you got?
A little peckish.
Do you smell like cinnamon?"
My yarn smelled like cinnamon from your house. But anyway, that's a whole another different episode.
You have to come visit me to experience that.
You do. You have to order something with Lisa.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing I've been working on right now. And so when I went to the yarn shop in the middle of my nervous breakdown, I bought some Regina yarn. So, I mean, everybody kind of knows what this is like. And then I cast on. So I got the Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop by Litten.
Yeah, Litten.
So also the Crazy Sock Lady. That's what she goes by on YouTube. So she's got this sock pattern. And I ended up buying the 3, like the ebook or whatever. So it's Magic Loop, DK, or double points, or 9-inch circulars. Or as Ray says,
9-inch circulars.
Which is creepy.
9-inch circular needles.
Right? It's creepy when you have your headphone on. Sometimes I'll be like listening to them as I'm going to bed and you hear 9-inch circular needles. I'm like trying not to laugh because I shake the bed. But I just like, how do you not laugh at that, right?
Trevor knows what he's talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
So while I was at the yarn shop, I did try like the 9-inch, and I have a hard time with my shorter Knit Picks needles on, like when I'm doing a sleeve or something, that my hands kind of don't, they're kind of big and they're thick and quick. So they
that's the name of our episode.
Thick and quick.
Yeah.
So I went with Magic Loop, which I've never done. I've kind of done my own janky style of Magic Loop on sleeves where I just like, but I've never actually done it properly where you're just flicking back and forth between the two. Like here, I'm just going between. So you're just going back and forth. So this one, I'm pulling this out and I'm knitting.
Yes.
And then when I turn it, I pull the next one out. So it's just staying like this.
Yeah.
Whereas when I did it for my sleeves, I would just knit till the sleeve got tight and then I pull some out. But if you do it this way, you don't have the laddering. So I learned a couple things. Plus, I really like the way the toe box is knitting up,
That's
where
nice.
it's like, and then I'll Kitchener stitch it. And I like that they're a little bit snugger fitting than like the Briggs and Little socks that I typically do.
Nice. Is it still the same stitch count? No, smaller?
It's smaller. That Briggs and Little yarn is like they call it sport. So it's thicker than a fingering, but not quite a DK. And I've used the fingering weight yarn with it, but they're always a little bit loosey-goosey. So, I mean, I just was like, why don't you challenge yourself? Everything's garbage anyway. So just challenge yourself, see if you can do it. And I love it.
So Sarah phoned me or texted me or something, and she said, I love this new sock pattern. I love it. I didn't think I would like it this way.
I didn't. I felt like it should be on. But then the Briggs and Little socks are on 3 needles.
Yeah.
And the one that I tried like somebody else's vanilla sock pattern, and it was on 4 needles. And that 4th needle just flops around, right? And I'm like, I don't like this. So with this way, you know, Darlene said I would love it, and she was right.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that I had a nervous breakdown. I'm so happy I ended up at the yarn shop during it. And I'm so happy I bought this.
And
Because it's happy knitting.
These are the Knit Picks. Are they graphic?
They're not Knit Picks. They're Knitter's Pride.
Knitter's Pride.
Graphite with metal
Yeah.
points on them.
I have some like that. I
At
like 'em.
32. And then I phoned the next day and I ordered all the sizes because this is 2.25, so I ordered 2.5, 2.75, and a 3.
And all with the 6-inch?
Yeah, I said exactly what I got here is what I exactly want.
Nice.
So they'll let me know. They did have some in stock, but some they were going to order, so I'm like, just sell those ones. I don't need them right now. You can go ahead and sell them, and just call me when you get the next ones in. So that's the
Awesome.
plan anyway.
Awesome.
So, and then I think I'm going to go back and get a few more balls of this because, you know what? I just love the way. Now, in her pattern, she goes by like row counts. So you do this many rounds. And I'm kind of a like knit to 8-inch kind of gal, you know, where you just kind of do the things. So that's kind of what I did on my leg. I may need to... I'm going to do the other one exactly the same. Next pair I do, I will keep track with that. Lisa bought me a handy little row counter way back when. And I finally located it as I was decluttering. And so I think I'll probably try to give that a whirl and just...
Awesome.
Because I find counting... Well, and so this yarn makes a big difference, but I've also discovered I really do need to wear my glasses. And then the stitches, you can see them.
So we can see how nothing was working.
Yeah, and well, I think that had to do because I kept dropping stitches too, and I couldn't figure. I'm like, I never drop stitches. What is happening? And that's why I was just like, this is pointless. And then I found my glasses somewhere because they were optional at one point, but I'm feeling like they're less and less optional now.
I get it.
They're so you know, as soon as I sit down in my chair with my tea to knit, my husband says, "Where are your glasses?" And I'm like, "Oh wait."
He's so supportive.
Right? And then I get them, and well, I think he's just tired of seeing yarn balls go flying across the room
Okay. Fair enough.
with a bucket behind it. Right? And I mean, these suckers can do some damage when you hurl them hard enough, and I haven't hurled these ones yet, but
Do you aim at him? No.
no,
If you were... Oh, okay.
no, that's like abuse.
Mine still tease me because my eyes are slipping, and now I'm almost where I need to go shopping with a phone so I can take a picture of the small labels
Yeah.
and zoom it up so I can read actually what
Okay,
it
but let's
says.
be serious. So my son just had COVID, and he had 3 weeks of gastro stuff, right? Which we didn't know was COVID at the time. I kept taking him to like doctor's appointments because I'm like, he says he has heartburn and he's not feeling good, and it's this and it's that and something else. And so they'd say, well, go to the pharmacy and get Gas-X or whatever, right? So I get this, and now the majority of people that need Gas-X are like my age, right?
So why do they put the finest print they can find?
I know.
It's not fair.
I was like, finally I gave the package to him, and I'm like, read this to me, because I couldn't focus on it. It was terrible.
I remember my parents saying, yeah, you laugh. This will happen to you one day.
Oh no, I just pulled out some stitches. Oh my gosh. Right here, live on TV, it's going to go bad. Right here. This is how
Duck.
it ends. Look out.
Duck.
Okay, we're good.
It's good. Okay, so
We're
what's nice
good.
about Magic Loop is you can pull even more. It's even safer.
You know what though? A couple times on Magic Loop, there's been a few incidences where my husband came over to ask me something and the loop got stuck around his arm
Oh.
and then it got pulled out. He's like, oh no. But I did not lose my crap. And then there's like a couple janky stitches. I see this one here
okay.
that I'm like,
You know what?
overall success.
Absolutely.
And so as long as we get to the Kitchener part and we're successful, I will be much happy. Much happy. And while I was at the yarn shop too, in the throes of that, I got this ball holder thing. And I had it on my, it's like a compression stocking for my yarn ball.
Let's see if you can get some lint on it. Hang on. It's a compression ball.
It's a compression stocking for my yarn ball.
Oops.
So, well, it's too
Too used up.
yeah.
Well, no, but
Well,
it
that would be
still
okay.
work.
You could fold it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was cute. It had sheep on it.
It's very cute.
Except for, oh yeah, it would work.
So a center pull and outside pull?
Well, usually you do center pull when you,
Yeah, but then it turns hollow and then it's all loosey-goosey.
but that's why you have this then.
I suppose.
That's, your ball is defective for my compression stocking.
Well, I did use my better ball winder.
Oh my gosh. The ball winder comments of me and stitches, and I'm so glad that
We're not
there's
the only
others
ones.
like me,
Yeah.
and it's like a support group, because I just like, why am I so silly with this thing? But anyway, so I'm excited to use this. I had it on that ball at the beginning, but it was a little too big, and I just was like, oh, I'll keep this aside for next podcast day.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, do you have any features?
Not especially.
You're just gonna work on finishing up stuff?
Yeah, we're great. I know. We have switched a little bit. I only have, so I have a lot to finish. I still have my Flax light with the two different yarns. So I have a significant amount of knitting to do on the needles. And maybe I should free up the needles so I can have my pick.
Right. Well, and I think that our yarn festival thing's happening soon, right?
Is it
Is that
August?
September?
September.
So let's get our needles. Let's get some projects planned out. So
That's a good idea.
when the yarn, we can go and enjoy and buy some stuff.
Last year I went with printed out patterns and I bought for the patterns.
We did math.
And that's it. I did math and it was wrong and then it was right.
Math was right the whole
It
time,
was good the whole time.
but now she's got more yarn.
I could, yeah. I thought maybe a baby's love note would be nice, but washability. Am I that friend that gives someone with a baby who vomits and maybe has poop that comes out of diapers and things? Here, have this hand wash, only lay flat to dry garment for a baby with mohair and. Let's test your resilient skin.
You might want to just maybe you do a Parkview hat and some mittens. Like I have that mohairy mitten pattern where you
That's
use
a good
fingering
idea.
and maybe you do a set of that instead. Right? Or you order more yarn and have matching love notes.
Problem is dye-lot.
Mm.
It was such nice yarn. Chester knit yarns. Chester knits yarns.
Chester knits, yeah.
Such nice.
I still have all that fat marmot linen,
You better knit that up because I think they're coming to our yarn festival.
and I think I bought it so it would do like a fade, didn't I?
There's camel. You bought camel yarn there
Yeah.
too, right? Is that the herd?
Yeah, but this is like linen, and I think
Oh,
there's
that
some
one.
kind of-
You have a lot of knitting to do. I'll go shopping at Sarah's house.
Well, you know what? You could, because all of it, I think it wasn't so much the making as the having.
Well, it's hard to
know.
resist.
I just need to I just need to find the pattern. So anyway, I have a lot of mini skeins downstairs from I bought that Tofino Knits.
Advent.
Yeah.
No. Halloween.
It was Halloween. It was the what's my
Hocus
favorite
Pocus.
movie? Yes. What's my favorite movie again? The Hocus Pocus
Yeah.
Advent. So I have her stuff, which is surprisingly a lot of black and orange. Who would have thought?
Weird.
And then I bought the Polka Dot Creek Grinch Advent.
Yeah.
Which, can you guess what color it is pertaining mostly to?
Greens and pinks.
Yes, there's a lot. Lots of green.
Yeah.
And like some reddy stuff in there too, right? Because Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take some of the greens, and what I found was this pattern called Fading Stripes.
Oh.
Beginner Friendly Striped Shawl by Beata.
Jezek, yeah.
So, and it's a headshot fire free pattern. It looks way better in color, but I didn't have the color turned on the printer apparently. It's quite a big shawl, and it says you can do it with 10 mini skeins, and if you're doing it with like same colors, you're going to go back like 2 rows each color, so it kind of has that fade effect. And I'm just going to take all my greens.
That totally is an Advent.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, I just went into Ravelry and typed in Advent to see what would come up, and this is one of them. So you can use 10 skein mini fade sets, or 2 skeins of sock yarn. Contrasting colors would work best, but knitter's choice. So I'm just gonna take those kind of greeny ones and go to town.
That will be fun because it changes.
Yeah.
It's like Knitty Natty's. She did a crochet blanket, Granny
Yeah,
Square.
that granny stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be next on, and I'll go downstairs and grab some mini skeins, and I think I'll wind them all before. I'll just get all the aggravation out of the way.
So you got the Rose Hill Yarns Christmas Advent a couple years ago too, right?
Yeah, we did that together.
Is it fingering?
Yeah.
And it's so smooth. It's almost like cross stitch floss.
Oh.
Did you make anything with it? It's so smooth. It's not toothy or anything. It's like deluxe.
I don't know. I think I made maybe some mittens, or
Did you?
used it in heels and toes maybe. But I don't do the right kind of like, I don't know.
So how do you ball that? Because I set it up standing up somehow. I'd be on camera. And then I wound it by hand into balls. But when you only have a ball when it's finished winding and it's this big, you can't wind it on a ball winder.
No, I just did it by hand.
But in a ball, right?
Yeah, that's all I did last time. I think you could do it like if you had a nostopine. Have you seen those? It's like a stick, and you do this like thing, and it makes a ball. Nostopine. She'll Google it afterwards.
I will. I'm going to ask her one more time in a text so I can have it.
And then I'm going to have to like figure out how to spell it so it doesn't come out not my penis or something like that, because that's how my texting works.
That's a different picture altogether.
I told my mom and my sister that, because our bathroom is finished, so the bidet's in, the tub's in, everything. You gotta
I'll let
check
you
it
know
out.
how it goes.
Right? Yeah, she'll give it a try after. I'll hold the remote for her. So I texted my mom and sister to say, my bathtub's lovely. It's a peanut shape. But my spell check hates me and changed it to penis shape. So my sister's like, what?
What shape is that?
And my mom, I don't think read the whole text properly. She's like, that's nice. Like, it's just I have a penis-shaped bathtub.
It's nice. I told my mom that she should come out and sit on my deck one time.
Oh man! Did she question? Did she at least read the text?
You know what? Then I'm trying to fix it, and this is before you could take it back. And then so I'm sure she saw me writing.
Yeah. Anyway, that was quite comedic.
It's good. It's
So,
good. Yeah.
That's how I've been spending my nights. Little soak in my penis tub and then knitting away the night on my socks. So yeah, I'll probably wind some of those balls tonight.
Lovely.
I don't know.
It's a rainy night. It's a good night to wind yarn.
Yeah, I just need to figure out a way to kind of hold the skein properly.
Mike, he can
No,
stand in front of you and just go like this.
I don't think he wants to do that.
Huh? I think Trevor would.
I'll send the balls home with you.
No. You would not. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
Trevor!
Are you still watching?
Got a big night. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So, one of the ladies that commented, do you remember her name now?
Yes.
Egan.
Yes. In New Zealand.
Yeah, she's from New Zealand.
Yes.
Wanted to learn a little bit more about where we're from. So I think what we'll do this between now and our next podcast is kind of tour the city, take a few photos of some things.
Yeah.
But there's some interesting facts on Prince George. Like back in the 1990s, we were the spruce capital of the world.
Aren't we still?
We might still be. I don't know. It hasn't been updated.
Okay.
We're the northern capital of BC.
We're almost center, British Columbia. Which is, I think it's perfect. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And we don't have to drive very far.
No.
And like, how long does it take?
You can go in any direction
Yeah.
and be in, like if you head, you can head one way and end up in Vancouver. You can head another way and end up in Tumbler Ridge. You can end up at the ocean if you go towards Prince Rupert. So, there's lots of exit routes
It's a hub.
from here.
And lakes are everywhere.
Abundant.
Like how I live 7 minutes away from our closest lake, and you're probably 15 minutes away from West Lake.
Yeah, not far
It's-
at all.
You can take your pick.
We're also where the Nechako and Fraser meet.
The two rivers come down and make one Fraser.
Yeah. And then they head their way to Vancouver, to the ocean. And then also, did you know that the beer can was invented here?
What?
Yeah, by Caribou Brewing, by old Ben.
Really?
Ben Ginter. There was a brewing company here in town. It still is here, called Caribou Brewing.
Yeah.
But he actually invented the beer can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so that was he was the first to do that. We also had the most millionaires per capita at one point.
Wow.
It was not me,
No.
and it is not me.
Still
But-
not me either.
or my family that I'm aware of. But
Hey, back to the beer.
yeah,
If you look up a movie called Strange Brew, it is a misappropriation of Canadians. Well, is it a misappropriation with the beer and the plaid and the... Just watch it. And part of it was shot in our brewery
a good portion
here.
of it was. Yeah.
So,
Bob and Doug McKenzie. So
you're truly Canadian if you can quote Bob and Doug McKenzie. Right, Hoser? Just take off, eh?
Right? Oh, I forgot about that. Back when I was in school, all the kids would say that. Hoser.
I still
and
say it to my kids.
do you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't, but I know. Well, just because I don't remember so much of the movie,
Yeah.
but
It's good.
yeah. So that's some fun facts about Prince George. We'll bring you maybe some pictures of Mr. PG. He used to be made out of an old septic tank,
What?
or he was wood, and now he's a
was gonna
septic
say.
tank. I think.
Really?
I think so. I
Oh.
think his body. So if you, maybe we can insert a picture of Mr. PG. But
Okay.
he, he was wood. He was a wooden figure of our city, and then he got taken down and moved across the highway. And now I think he's like a painted septic tank. He's metal now.
Well, maybe they just say that. Maybe he's not actually.
Well,
I'll go
his
home
middle
that way.
section is round. So
We'll put a picture in.
yeah, insert here.
I don't know how to do that. You're gonna do it.
It'll be somewhere.
Yeah, Spencer, I'm gonna need your help.
Spencer,
You hoser.
eh? Anyway, so I think that's about it. So
Keep commenting. There's a lot of new viewers. Sorry, cut you off. We like
Hoser.
comments. Tell us where you're from, what you're working on, what we should try, your blocking techniques.
yeah, help me with that.
Yeah. We really like to know where you're from.
Yeah, and what you're working on too. I really find that interesting. I always Google, like YouTube it, or not YouTube it, Ravel research it,
Yeah.
Google search it.
What did Darlene say she's working on? Is it TikTok? a sweater.
Oh yeah, she did. The I forget.
Our local yarn shop, Darlene.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Top drawer.
commented, yeah,
I'll have to look.
yeah, I'll look it up too.
I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing for my linen.
Oh, that would be.
Oh, my linen
Or
yarn.
the anchors. Every time I see someone wearing an anchors, even though Leanne did hers in black,
Oh yeah.
that is beautiful. And it makes me want to do it, but not in black because I don't like doing anything in the dark.
Have you tried wearing glasses?
I get
It
made
makes
fun
a
of,
difference.
and I don't want to be teased. Maybe
Just embrace your age.
Well,
It's
but-
a privilege denied to too many.
You are correct. You're right.
So just do the things.
I will. All right. Well, we'll see how we look next time, and how we see
How we
next
look
time.
next time?
Well, with glasses. Maybe you'll wear your
Oh,
glasses.
I have my glasses here, but they had a wicked shine, and I don't really need them until. I look so smart
You look like your IQ just went up.
until I open my mouth. Anyway, on that note,
Thanks for watching, everybody.
over and out.
We'll see you again.
Bye.